Hello, it's Ron back with another video on Ron Brown's YouTube channel here today. And it's going to be a drone video today, but we're not really going to fly any drones today. So if you want to see a drone fly, you can stop right here. And I got plenty of drone videos on the channel where I do fly a drone, but this is going to just kind of be a little, I won't say a mini rant or whatever, but just random thoughts on the recently released Autel Nano Plus. I always say the Plus because there's a regular Nano too, but nobody I know has the regular Nano. Anybody who ordered this drone is interested, I'll order the Plus one that has the much better camera in it. I'm not going to get into all the specs here today. There's hundreds of videos out there already, where people talk about the specs and what this drone's capable of. But, I know, I've talked about the drone a lot on a lot of shows. I've been on live shows, Drone Nation, Build a Drone Reviewer, Coast to Coast Drones, other shows, those guys, the New York show. But, I don't have the drone. First of all, get it all out there. Full confession. I do not have the drone. When they first announced this drone, it seemed very interesting to me. A small sub 250 gram drone that had an impressive camera, because as great as a drone as the Mini 2 is, the camera is just just a letdown if you want to shoot it all like on the edges of the day, low light. I mean, I don't night fly, shoot in the dark, but I do shoot in the edges of the day where the lights not as good as it would be at say high noon or whatever, and the camera just you get noise, and it crushes the shadows and so on. And again, it's to be expected. It's a budget drone with a budget camera. It's an amazing budget drone. We're talking about the Mini 2 now, DJI Mini 2. So flip over back to the Nano Plus. So we got 250 below 250 gram drone that has a really good camera, a good low light sensor, with the problems of being almost as good as a one-inch sensor drone, without being a one-inch sensor drone. So I think we got the leaks as early as late September, October, that the Nano series was coming along with another series of drones called the Light drones, which is a bigger drone, kind of competes more with the the Air series from DJI. But okay, after months and months go by, we finally some nanos started shipping at the very end of December. Some people got them in the last days of December. Some people got them in the first few days of the new year 2022. And I say people who pre-ordered and stuff like that. As of this day, this is check the watch here. I never know the date here. I'm never on the February 20th. The drone still isn't readily available in the U.S. Almost everybody that ordered one got ones off Autel pilots, and I think AliExpress have too. But the majority of people I know bought them off Autel pilots, and I just saw that just in the past week I've seen that you can get them on Amazon now. Now, what I'm not saying. You can get them on Amazon, shipped from the Amazon warehouse. I've seen them on Amazon before, but they were by third-party sellers. They were marking the drone up beyond the retail price, high, a couple $100 higher. So, and I don't believe those people may not have had the drone. They may have just been, speculating they were going to ship it when it got in. I don't know, but anyhow, but now. You can actually order from the Amazon store, have it shipped in a couple days delivered, have it come from an Amazon warehouse in the U.S. So it's kind of a real product now for a lot of people. Where before you order from some place like Autel Pilots or AliExpress, and you don't know who you're really ordering from, and you have no idea when it's shipping or how it's shipping or when you're going to get it. But now with Amazon, that takes a lot of that stuff out. But I did know Best Buy still, you can see it on Best Buy's website now, and it wasn't there a couple weeks ago. It's there now, but they still have it out of stock. It's still not shipping. It's still coming soon on Best Buy and B&H Photo. So it's still kind of not a full release here in the U.S. But anyhow, and the people that got early models, and boy, I'm glad I held back and didn't become an early adopter in this. I know that a lot of people like Marcus Crawford, I mean, he enjoys reviewing these drones and finding out the problems with them and the issues and so on. But and I do too, but not when there's like major cons. Like where do we start in this one? Okay, it had video gel. I mean, sometimes the video gel looked so bad it looked like it was like a sub $100 toy drone on the thing. And the price was $799 on the Nano Plus, but now I believe it's raised up. It's much, I can't keep up with the price increases, but it's much more than that now. I think it's like $949, and don't put in the comments I'm wrong. Whatnot. I don't know what. I'm just making a number up, but it went up from $799. That was the initial price. And when I talk prices, I only talk the base kit where you get the drone, the controller, a battery, and a cable, whatever. Not any type of fly-worn combos. I don't mention. I won't be mentioning any of those prices in this video. We will talk base price only. So anyhow, it releases, and you get the gel right off the bat. And also people discovered that it flew slowly. It did not hit its specs as far as how fast it could fly. And even more troubling was it performed badly in the wind. And I mean, even in moderate winds, it seemed to have trouble flying back to you. Sorry, I'm used to being one of these shows where I don't talk that much at one time. But yeah, I mean, that was really troubling, the wind, not being able to get back in the wind. A couple people didn't think it would get back. So there's been, of course, a lot of people have been emailing Autel about these problems, and of course they're watching all these videos, and they've come up with some updates, and they seem to have it flying faster now than before. It can somewhat reach its advertised speed levels at this point. I think it's supposed to go 15 meters, and everybody says meters on there, so I'm not sure how meters equals into miles per hour, which we kind of use here in the U.S., but it doesn't always get 15 meters, but at least it can somewhat do it now. But it still has trouble with the wind, even with the latest round of firmware updates. Watching everybody's videos, talking to Marcus Crawford, who has, I think he has two of them right now, on the daily. And, the Jello, I mean, here's the big mess with the Jello. I mean, there was a big Jello issue, and people wondered if it was a hardware error or they could be fixed with a firmware update. Well, Marcus finally got somebody from Autel, not Autel Pilots, Autel themselves, got a hold of him, and said that they would send him a new one out with the dampeners. It was the dampeners that was the problem. So they sent him a new one, and but also in the drone he had some firmware that nobody else had. It was like some kind of advanced firmware. So we weren't really sure whether the dampeners fixed it or the firmware update did. And then not too long after that, they released the firmware update for everybody. But now they're telling people, don't send your drone in or whatever. The dampeners are fine. It's the firmware. So we're kind of getting conflicting stories. And I know it may not be necessarily conflicting. I mean, they just maybe know more this week than they did last week. So maybe they thought it was dampeners a week ago, and now they don't think it's dampeners. And that's just the way science and research are. You kind of like come up with new, assessments of things every day. So, anyhow, I knew Johnny Droneflyer he did send his back when they were saying it was the dampeners, but more recently, some people have got, or they've emailed Autel themselves. Autel Pilots really doesn't help you, and they don't want you to return them either. They, even if you pull a PayPal case against them, you have to pay to have it shipped back to mainland China, which in Marcus's case, I think was like $170. So, from what I've heard, I mean, I haven't ordered. I've never ordered anything from Autel Pilots. I've only can go on people's. Have told me stories that they're not very good at support. So my recommendation would be don't order from Autel Pilots, order from Amazon or something, and with some other U.S. places get that. So you have a return option. And I realized the people that order from Autel Pilots, they wanted to get the drone first. They want to be the first ones to have it, and that's why they ordered from Autel drone pilots. But of course, that being first is all out the window now, since people have been having their hands since the first of the year, and today's the 20th. So anyhow, that's kind of the two big issues. And Marcus just told me the other day that even though he got a new drone with new dampers, he's got new firmware, that he still sees gel in his videos. So it's kind of still not solved at this point. So, and again, the fight in the wind's still not where it should be yet, too. So, it's just kind of it's a shame. I mean, I feel bad because I've been supporting Autel as I bought the Evo 2 Pro. I'm really happy with this guy. And I really, thought they would do well with these two drones, because everybody said Autel needed more, more SKUs, more units to sell, more different models. So they came up with what looked like two great models, one to kind of rival the DJI Mini series and one to rival like the Air series as far as size and price range and whatever. So it all looked good. And the light series, we'll say the light plus, because again, it seems like everybody has the plus, not the regular. So I can't really speak to the regular light, but the light plus, it seems like people are much happier with their light plus. They don't seem to have the gel issue. It's some reports of it not flying as good or fast the winds and shit, but that's not as widespread as it is with the Nano. So, but people are really happy now. The drone is still not complete as far as a feature set. Neither the Nano Plus or the Light Plus have the kind of the active tracking feature, and they may call it a different name because it's Autel, but that the tracking feature was promised. It's not there yet. It probably is coming. When these new drones come out, it does take them a couple months maybe to get all the features they need in the Mavic 3. It took them over a month to get all the features that were promised when it was released, but they did all come. So we'll give Autel the benefit of the doubt and say that it will be coming someday. And like the Light series, it has the adjustable aperture like the Mavic 2 Pro and Mavic 3 and the Evo 2 Pro have, but it doesn't have the log color profile, which of course also allows for 10-bit color. So that's not there yet, and it's supposedly coming, but we don't know if coming means coming tomorrow, next week, next month, 6 months from now. So right now, I think both these drones are at the point where I don't know, if I purchase either one of them right now until unless you don't have a drone at all. If you don't have a drone at all, or you had a drone, you crashed it. If you don't have a drone at all, and this is a drone you want, you're willing to sit there and wait for them to fix these things with firmware updates going forward. Go for it. You got to do what you feels best for you. But if you already have a bunch of drones, and I would just sit in the sideline and just wait until they they kind of work these. And I don't know if they'll ever work the issues out with the gel and the Nano Plus, but even get some of the features that were promised for the Light Plus to finally make it or whatever. So it kind of makes it kind of a real kind of semi-pro level drone. Like kind of the Air 2 is. I mean, a lot of people say the Light's going to be a much better drone than the Air 2 and Air 2S, and maybe it is once they get all the features in. But right now, I mean, the Air 2S has great active track on it. I mean, it tracks really good, and the Light Plus doesn't have it all. And Autel doesn't have a good track record with active track because they have it on the Evo 2 Pro, and it works, but it's not comparable to the DJI active track as far as how well it works. So hopefully Autel can make a big improvement. I mean, the other drone I just spoke of, the Evo 2 Pro, is a drone. It's almost 2 years old now, so hopefully they've got active track approved. Of course, I don't know why they don't go on that older drone, but anyhow, and another feature, it doesn't have the the log color profile, which leaves a 10-bit color. And if you're going to use it for a lot of professional applications now, I mean, not mapping or whatever, but I mean, if you really are trying to shoot and edit and colorize the best video possible out of your drone, those things come in very handy, especially if you're not shooting in the optimum lighting conditions out in the field. The log profile can really help. So this is all just kind of a confusing thing. I mean, especially with Nano. I mean, you just keep. You read bad news, and you read some encouraging news, and you read more, kind of bad news. So, man, I would just, I don't want to tell anybody what to do. I mean, personally, I'm not going to get that drone no matter what happens. Until I see what the Mini 3 has to offer. Rumors are Mini 3 in April. It's all the art rumors. You know, if you need a drone today, don't wait for the Mini 3 in April. May come in April, may come in may never come. So yeah, don't wait for these rumor drones. Again, if you don't have a drone now, at all, and you want like what the Autel series has to offer, and you're willing to roll the dice and hope they correct all the problems with the Nano, or they add all the features they claim to that the Light Plus is going to have. Yeah, roll the dice, get one of those. So. Yeah, I just kind of, all these thoughts on the especially the Nano series drones. I just kind of wanted to kind of get them all out there. I guess I blurred them out in bits and pieces on these drone shows I'm on. But yeah, my if I'm like a stock market guy now, my advice is, don't buy right now. Don't buy. Wait for the stock to go down, and even more so the price hike. I mean, they had all these issues, then the price went up supposedly. Based on I guess inflation. I mean, everybody blames everything on inflation. Some people just raise prices because they can or whatever. But so I don't know if it really is inflation or not. I mean, we know we saw a substantial price hike on the Mavic 3 this year, more than people had thought it would be. So I guess it's not out of no surprise that Autel. I mean, the Autel drones were already priced a little high for most people, anyways. Then they put like a price hike in there, so they kind of maybe overpriced themselves, especially when there's you still get the DJI Air 2S. I don't think it's had a price hike for $999. So when there's affordable options out there that have all the features, it's hard to suggest you sell that and upgrade to one of the new Autel drones when they don't have all their features yet. So I mean, if you have an Air 2S or Mini 2, hold like a stock, hold your stock. If you don't have any drones or whatever, then again, the advice is, yeah, maybe roll the dice on one of these new Autels. So, you know, I guess kind of got all my thoughts out. I really feel bad for the people who pre-ordered the thing early, especially Nano. They got this Nano, and they got the Jello, and it's flying slow, and they kind of spent all this money, and Autel pilots, there's no help on any returns or helping them with any issues. So yeah, I really feel bad for people. We know that the Mavic 3 kind of had a rocky launch too, as far as not having all the features out of the box. But there's a difference there. I mean, the things we're missing. Before you even bought the drone, you knew they weren't coming until the middle of January or January. Just said January. You knew they weren't coming until January, and then they kind of did release some key features like Active Track early. So I mean, they kept to their timetable. A lot of smart people that wanted all that stuff just didn't buy the Mavic 3 until January when all the features came out. So it's a little bit of a different tale there, and the Mavic 3, it never had any problems with Jello, and it never had any problems flying fast or flying in the wind. Some of the most important things are like can it fly fast enough to or good enough to get you through the wind and not get blown away? That's kind of a real key issue there. So and we still have the slow satellites on the Mavic 3. I mean, it's a legitimate problem. Sometimes it could take 2 minutes, sometimes it could take 5 minutes, but it's the slowest drone I have acquiring satellites. So it is a real issue, but it's not as much of an issue as my drone having a bunch of Jello. It makes my footage unusable, and also flying so slow, or with such lack of power that it can't get back to me in a headwind. I mean, there are much bigger issues than wait 5 minutes to take the drone off the ground. Because once the Mavic 3 actually gets in the air, I mean, right now, if once it's in the air, it's a good drone. It's a real good drone. My favorite drone, the one that I use as my go-to drone because of the great camera. I mean, the people tell you all the light they have, like the Nano Plus has this different color thing where they have more yellow in there than green, and it's a better nighttime drone. And I've seen the footage. It looks impressive. I don't fly at night, so I wouldn't buy a drone just based on the fact that it records real good in the complete darkness. I mean, that's some people want that, some people need that. That's a great thing, but I mean that would never be the big selling point for me. The Mavic 3 for me, I don't fly at night, so maybe it doesn't do good at night. Maybe it does. I don't know. But it does good at the edges of days, as I talked before. Sunrises, sunsets. It captures a lot of light and shadow details and stuff like that at those times of the day. So low light to me means the sun's still up. It's just not up very high. Where some people's idea of low light is the moon's up and the sun's been down for an hour. So anyhow, the Mavic 3 kind of does all I need as far as low light is concerned, and it does have the bigger camera sensor on it. So you are capturing more detail in your photos and videos. And some people say it's not as sharp as the two Autel drones, and that very well could be. I mean, the Mavic 3 is kind of even more of a prosumer drone than those two. So I mean, it has log 10-bit color. So of course, if you're editing something in Final Cut or DaVinci or Premiere, you can just sharpen it in post anyways to your liking or whatever. And it's kind of easier to add extra sharpening in a post than it is to unsharpen something that's too sharp. So it's kind of more of a photographer's camera than that. More of a consumer camera is the ones that kind of over sharpen everything, and a high end camera doesn't. So just something to keep in mind there. So sorry I turned this into got the Mavic 3 involved in here. I mean it costs a lot more money than either the Autel drones, even I believe the Light Plus is now up to like I don't again it started out I think at $12.99, but I think it's up in the 1500s now. So again don't quote me on these adjusted prices or the prices have gone up or whatever. I kind of locked the original prices in, and the increased prices I haven't really, and you know what, I'm not really considering getting either of these two drones, so I don't think about the price that much anymore. I've seen enough out of them that I kind of know neither one's for me at this point. That's not saying down the road I won't have a change of opinion, and because I do like my Evo 2 Pro, but right now that's the Evo or the Autel drone I will choose to fly for now, and I will sit out these new drones and kind of see what that Mini 3 has to offer in the spring, and and go from there. So I guess I hope I gotten all my kind of random thoughts out on the Autel drones. And again, it's been a strange experience, strange launch for a product. Just wanted to kind of just talk about it a little bit. So okay, well that's it. It's been kind of cold around here, cold, windy. I haven't been flying a lot here. I have issued a couple Mavic 3 videos recently. Some were kind of from a couple weeks back that I just finished up, and I did get a flight in just recently at Townsend Inlet, which is a pretty good little clip I put together. So anyhow, go check my channel out. If you especially want to see some Mavic 3 content. I don't have any of the Autel drones, as I've said before, so don't go searching for any Nano videos or Light Plus videos. I do not have the drone. This will be my only Nano video, but I do have the Autel EVO 2 Pro. Still fly, still love the drone. So okay, I've rambled on too long. Everybody, get out there and fly safe and have fun. And I'm going to see you all at the Great Florida Drone Meetup next month in the beginning of April. So if you don't know, if you want to know the details, go on Facebook to, I think it's called the South Florida Drone Meetup Group, hosted by Captain Ray Kelly. You can get all the information on the dates, times, where to stay, all the details that you need to know. So, okay, we will see you in the next one, folks.